guys.
No problem. Yeah.
Namaste guys, welcome back to another video of mine, and today I'm here with a peacock feather and someone else.
Hi, I'm Surya Keerthi, an animal and wildlife rescuer in Mysore, Karnataka. Here with Jenny for some snake rescue vlogs and information about snakes, some awareness, and also quite a few snake rescues
Yep.
that we're gonna go on. So we're here to basically give awareness to people and to know more about snakes and to build a closer relationship with snakes and some of the ideas or perceptions that people generally have that snakes are bad or they bite, to change that particular perception that people have, to converting them to that snakes are really good animals, they're kind animals, they don't bite unnecessarily. Take you through the journey and
if you guys find this video interesting, if you want to have more information also about Surya, about his work, how to reach him and everything, you can find it in the description box below. And yeah, now I would say let's go.
Bye. So Jenny, we're here at the second rescue location today. It was raining, so we didn't get much rescue calls today. So this is our second rescue. So what snake are you hoping for? A venomous or a non-venomous?
Please non-venomous.
Non-venomous. Okay. Would you like to touch the snake if it's a non-venomous one?
Yeah.
Okay. So there, na?
Oh god, oh god.
Okay. Come closer. You can come closer. The snake is over here. Can you see that?
No.
Here, a little more closer.
It looks like a thread.
But it is a snake. It's called as a common wolf snake. So it's not a baby, it's a full-grown adult. Not a full-grown adult, but it's an adult, somewhere between 4 to 5 years old. Come closer. You can hand over the camera.
Actually, it's not too bad. Is it venomous though?
It's non-venomous. There it is. So this is one of the most commonly found snake species in Mysore.
Ah,
Wolf snake.
it's called wolf snake.
It's called as a common wolf snake because it's called as a wolf snake because it's got really strong jaws. So they eat geckos, and this is more likely an indoor snake. So it's found inside houses than outside, like these areas, because usually lizards end up in those kind of places. They lay their eggs there and they're found there hiding. So these guys go there, consume them. So it's also confused for a common crate. Common crate is the most venomous species that is found in Asia, which looks exactly like this with a black body and white bands.
And what's the difference?
So common crate has a black body. This guy has a chocolatey brown body. Even color varies in common crates, but these guys have yellow bands. And some wolf snakes have white bands as well. So it's hard to differentiate for a common man.
ಹಾವು ಬತ್ತು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಎದುರ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ಅದು ಓಡಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಓಡಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಈಗ ನಾಗರಾವುಗಳನ್ನೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ಅದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
So he says it goes on its way and we don't disturb it and we go on our way where it doesn't.
You guys are scared of snakes? Or if you have ever encountered a snake, if you ever come across a snake, how you have handled it, whether you have handled it, would be actually really interesting. So
You're still alive.
if you text me in the comments.
This is a very, very calm snake. Very calm snake.
What kind of snake?
This is a common trinket snake. So this snake is mostly diurnal and nocturnal both. This is somewhere between 10 years old. It's a full-grown female.
10 years
10
old.
years, up to 10 years old. So these snakes mainly eat mice and rats as their main food habit. And while they're younger, they eat geckos, consume geckos. You can try touching it. They're really cold because they're cold-blooded reptiles.
Yeah, it's so cold.
You can handle it.
Nee.
Just hold it. Yeah, just place your palm. Yeah. Don't press it. Don't press it. Just allow it to slither on your palm. That's it. Yeah. It won't cause any harm. Trust me, not the snake. This is called as a common trinket. It's known as common trinket
But
because
she cannot bite, right?
she can bite, but she's choosing not to bite because we're not harming the snake. Any snake chooses not to bite when it's handled properly without hurting them. So it's called as a common trinket because of the texture, color, the design that's on its body, which looks like a jewel. So in Kannada it's called as Abharanada Havu. Sit. Abharanada Havu. Yeah. So because Abharana is an ornament. Yeah. Handle it all by yourself. Like just both of your hands, like palms up, palm facing up. Yes.
What if she is falling
And
off my palm?
she won't fall off because she's comfortable now.
Are you sure?
Yep. You just have to support them. See, these are terrestrial animals. You just have to give them support. If you give them proper support, they're gonna just stay calm and quiet. They're not gonna do anything, don't worry.
Wow, it feels so... Like, does she have a wound here or something?
No, she doesn't.
How does it feel?
It feels really... I really can't describe it actually. Yeah, it's really cold and so silky.
Is this the first time you're ever handling a snake?
No, I touched once
Okay.
in a zoo, even though I don't support zoos, just to mention that.
Yeah.
In Germany, but like I don't remember what.
So this is the first time you're touching an Indian snake?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's called as a reef knot. You know, she's holding that grip because she's not finding any perch over here. So in case she's falling, she'll just have a tight grip over your arm like that. So in case she goes down like this, she'll hold on tighter in your arm.
And how did you learn about snakes?
I had an opportunity to grow up with snakes ever since I was 2 years old. I've been handling snakes.
And why and how?
So my father is a well-known rescuer in the city. His name is Snake Sham. So he has been rescuing snakes since 45 years and he has successfully rescued more than 80,000 snakes in the city. So all the rescued snakes were in my house before them getting released into the forest and the jungle. While they were at house, they were kept in glass containers. So that's how ever since I was a kid, I had an opportunity to grow up with them, watch them. Like we both grow together. So that's how we share a bond and a relationship. So they've been watching me grow up. I've been watching them grow up with me. I've been handling them since I was 2 years old. So this is its defensive mechanism. When it's angry, it just puffs up its neck and it sits up like a spring, opening its mouth, jaws wide open, ready to strike.
So it's angry now?
Yeah. So the reason why there are more number of snake rescues and more number of snakes found inside the houses or nearby human habitations is because they're cold-blooded. And you know, we are warm-blooded mammals, so we can regulate our temperature. Like internally, our body regulates temperature. We have sweat glands to do that. But then these reptiles, they don't have sweat glands, so they change locations as per the climatic conditions. So if they're feeling too hot, they'll find a cooler place. If it's too cold, they'll find a warmer place. So this is more like a water snake.
Yeah, looks like.
Yeah.
The way she's moving, like.
Neer havu, olle kati. This is called as a check out neer havu.
Neer, water.
Neer, water. Yeah, neer havu. So when they're angry, they just raise their heads up. So it looks as though they have, you know, hooded up. So most people confuse this for a cobra as well. So these guys can pretty much eat anything: rats, mice, frogs, toads, birds, and it's even recorded in some parts of Mumbai that they even eat on the waste meat of fish and chicken and other stuff. So what the fishermen do is they just take the essential parts of the meat of the fish that they need and then they just throw out the rest. And these guys were found feeding on them. Yeah. So these guys can grow up to 4.5 feet in length.
Wow.
They're really quick. And they can lay up to 60 to 70 eggs. So these snakes are non-venomous, but they're very bitey.
Like, has there been any like most dangerous experience that you've had?
Any dangerous experience with snakes? No. But then dangerous experience is not with snakes. It's with me myself. Like at the kind of places the snakes are into. Sometimes I have to, you know, put myself in a dangerous situation where I might fall off the balcony or any place that I'm going to rescue. So it's not from the snake that I face threat or danger from.
Yeah.
It's more likely the situation. I've heard many situations where when women get into the canal to wash their clothes, so these snakes are more likely to wrap around their legs.
Oh no!
So,
Oh God!
And the ladies are you know, they try to get it away, like shake their legs or something. That's when they end up getting bitten. We're releasing the snake right over here. Snakes can actually smell water. So it's going to find its way.
Wow.
In case he jumps back at you, don't freak out.
Okay.
Just allow him to go wherever he wants to go. Just pause yourself. So this here is a rat snake, Indian rat snake. The name itself tells it that its main diet is rats. So this guy is a farmer's friend. So every individual rat snake consumes up to 250 to 300 rats in one single year. So they are basically saving our food grains and also the disease caused by the rats that is infecting a lot of people. So these snakes are actually avoiding us getting infected because of rats.
Okay.
Because you know, in cities like Bangalore and even in Mysore, drinking water samples have been tested with rodent fecal and urine matter. So that is going into our digestive system. So they're basically cleaning up the pests. So these are natural pest controls, which can clear out pretty much all the rats in your building. So they grow up to a maximum of 10 feet in length. They are pretty fast. They are docile, but then if they are handled in a wrong way, they can pretty much give you a good bite. These snakes can lay up to 14 to 18 eggs, and they're really good snakes, but they're very strong and muscular snakes. Here, you can hold it. You can feel how strong they are.
It sounds so wrong to say this, but it just really feels like
No problem. Yeah.
are made of
Reptile scales and skin.
Wow, krass. And in Kannada,
It's called kerehavu.
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 Kere.
Kere.
Yeah, kerehavu.
You like to give out there to an audience.
Okay. Pretty much run away from you as soon as they see you than coming towards you to attack you. So they basically don't attack, because I've been handling this snake since 2 minutes, and if it had to bite, it could have chosen to bite. But snakes are really good animals, so they don't want to bite until and unless they're provoked, harmed, or mishandled. Snakes are not bad animals, or they're not a bad omen, because most people say that they're bad omen or there's something disgusting or something like that, but they're really beautiful animals, and they're the keystone species on this planet. Without these snakes, humanity cannot thrive. If you spot any snake, don't kill, just call. I'm here handling snake rescues and many other animal rescues in Mysore. Maybe Jenny's gonna drop my phone number on screen so that it'll be helpful for many of the viewers to give me a call as soon as they see any animal or people in danger because of animals, and animals in danger because of people.
Great.
Namaskara, Haley.
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಿಜಯನಗರ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್
Ha.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂದ್ರಧನುಷ್ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಹಿಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡನೇ ಕ್ರಾಸ್
Ha, okay.
ಸೊ ಹೌ ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ಇದು 4th ಮೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕೂತಿದೆ ಈಗ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ
So the guy who called me just spotted a snake outside of his house. So he just wants me to come and rescue it. So this is actually a common sandboa which lives in dry areas. These snakes are found mostly underground. Like, they are burrowing snakes. So they burrow themselves into the top layer of the soil. These snakes are docile too.
Her eyes are mostly not visible. Like it's so much, like
It's
so
camouflaged
properly
and-
hidden.
yeah.
Yeah.
So these snakes are one of the only 3 species in India that give birth to young ones, which is ovoviviparous, and they can give birth up to 4 to 7 young ones. Rest of the other snakes, they lay eggs, but this snake can give birth to young ones, live young ones.
Do you keep some of the snakes you rescue at home?
We rescue them, and before the time we release them, because we release twice a week, and every day we get about 10 to 12, 15 calls, and every day going and releasing the snakes, it's not possible because we are not supported by the government or any organizations, because my dad started this and he started this as a journey, and I am continuing the legacy of conservation and snake rescues and animal rescues in Mysore. So before the release, we'll have them for like 2 or 3 days, and that's when we take all of them for the release. We release them to their respective environment, to where they truly belong.
And how did your dad get into all of this?
So there's a very big story. I'll cut it short. So he rescued his first snake, which was a cobra, 3.5-foot cobra, which was under a stone slab. And he placed the stick on its head like this, and then he held the head, and that's how he rescued it. And he just picked up that cobra, released it into the nearby mango groves, And that's when the girl in the house, who my dad rescued the snake from, started telling everybody that Sham rescued a snake in my house. Sham rescued a snake in my house. But for him to place a stick on the head of the snake and then to grab it with the head, it was a movie that inspired him, which he watched like a week ago, prior to that incident, where a tribal boy captures a snake the same way by placing a stick on the head. The name of the movie is Ape the Super Ape. So he took that as the inspiration, and while he was actually coming back from his school, that's when he heard a girl scream that there is a snake in her property. That's when he just checked under the stone. There was a stone slab. There was a 3.5-foot cobra. Lifted the stone slab, placed the stick, rescued the snake, left it to the nearby mango grove. So the snake was inside the girl's property. That's what he did. And ever since she spread the news that Sham rescued a snake in my house, after that, one by one, everybody started coming to my grandfather's house to ask whether if my dad was there to take him. And my dad was mostly about 10 years old when he did that. Yeah.
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
Wow. And how did he then where did he get his knowledge from?
He was going through a very difficult time because back then there was no identification of species. Back then there was only 2 snakes that common people knew. One was cobra, nagarahavu. The other one was kerehavu, rat snake. Apart from these 2, nobody could actually make out what was the species. Like people who had no knowledge about. So people would confuse vipers for pythons, or maybe this innocent little snake for vipers. So these snakes are most commonly confused for vipers, and they're beaten up to death. These innocent little sandboas. He got many books from people who were traveling abroad, like people who were traveling from interstate, intercity, like wherever anybody used to say that they were going to travel. My dad used to just ask, if you're visiting any library, please just get us these kind of books that I need. And back then 1 or 2 books used to cost like 3 or 4 rupees, which my dad couldn't afford, because back then everybody used to live a life in paisa. With such difficult times, he made sure that he had access to the knowledge regarding snakes, because he loved snakes so much. And this guy, he won't bite. Even if you bite him, he's not going to bite you. Keep his body balanced all together. Yes. Because this is a terrestrial snake, its body has to be kept balanced, otherwise he's going to feel uncomfortable. Don't press him, just give him support. That's it, some support. Yeah, see, he's setting down.
Very nice.
That's it.
Should I make
Namaskara, guys. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ
ಇದು ಕೊಲಕ್ mandla.
I'm not sure if I can say.
You can.
Mandla just means vipers.
Viper, yeah.
And then sauce.
So this here is a Russell's viper. These are included in one of the big 4 venomous snakes of India, and one of the most commonly found snakes in Mysore, venomous snakes in Mysore. So this has a hemotoxic venom, and these snakes are mostly confused for pythons. And there are examples of people trying to rescue the snake by hand, getting bitten, and they have faced death too. So that's how dangerous these snakes are. Yeah. No, it's fine. No worries. A full-grown Russell's viper can give birth up to 80 young ones. Can you believe that? 80 young ones. The people who are more likely to get bitten by this snake are farmers. And they're one of the fastest striking snakes in India. Like cobras and rat snakes, they go hunting for their prey. But vipers, they sit at a place, wait for something to move. As soon as something is moving, they'll think that it's a rodent or a rat or a mice or a squirrel or something that is food for them, and they'll just strike at it.
Yeah. How much time do you have if you got bitten by
A viper? You have a lot of time if you're bit by a viper, because it takes a little time for it to reach like all of your vital organs. So the first thing that's going to happen after you're bitten by a viper is your hands or your legs where you're bitten start swelling up, and after some time you'll start feeling pukish, like vomiting sensation, nausea. Sometimes even you can throw up even blood. So internal bleeding can happen, multiple organ failure, kidney failure, and that's when death can occur.
Then, like, suppose this would happen, any hospital in Mysore?
Any hospital in Mysore has antivenom. Suppose in the surrounding areas of Mysore too, like maybe Coorg or Hunsur or the surrounding villages, Nanjangud. So if that person cannot be treated at that particular area, the first thing they're going to say is go to Mysore and get yourself treated.
But like even Coorg to Mysore is too
too long. But then if the
3
person
hours.
if the person doesn't panic and if the
Yeah.
blood pressure is normal, that person can be saved. There's an example of a 4-year-old girl who was bitten by a crate somewhere in Gonikoppa, which is about maybe 2 hours from Mysore. He was brought all the way from Gonikoppa to Columbia Issue Hospital, Mysore. Like they took some time to get everything arranged. It took about 2.5-3 hours. The girl was saved. That particular snake, which is common crate, Kattuhabu in Kannada, that particular snake's venom is 14 times toxic than the cobra's venom. Everybody can be saved with the help of anti-snake venom. There is option, so we just have to keep calm, go to the hospital, keep our blood flow normal, keep our breathing normal, and do not sleep on the bed while you're in the ambulance. Sit at a place, rest your back, keep your legs straight, like just rest. Do not sleep. If you're sleeping, the blood flow happens like really fast. So if you're sitting, like it takes some time for the blood to reach your brain and your heart.
Remember we saw one with, what's her name? The child with the mind reader.
Jenny,
Hmm.
you can come closer.
No.
You can, trust me.
I do trust you, but at the same
I'm
time.
being so close to the snake, deadly venomous snake, neurotoxic venom, and I'm touching it, I'm holding it. Trust me, it won't do anything.
I do trust you and the snake, but I don't trust me. Oh yeah.
So this is an Indian cobra, spectacled cobra, which is one of the most revered and one of the most feared snakes in India. These guys can grow up to 6 feet in length. So these are one of the most commonly rescued snakes in Mysore. This guy was found inside a bedroom actually. So
Bedroom.
bedroom, yeah. Out of 10 snake rescue calls, 7 of them are cobras in Mysore.
I'm sorry, but it's not possible for me to go any closer than this. I'm standing here. I don't know, I have so much respect for this snake, and also like their reactions. It's so quick. Like when they open up their hood, it's just within seconds.
No. So these guys have a highly neurotoxic venom, which means they can paralyze your nervous system and you'll die because of respiratory issues. No. So these are one of the big 4 venomous snakes of India, and after the vipers, it is recorded that cobras have, the most number of human kills in a year. Come here, Jenny. Here. Here, sit next to me. Here, exactly here.
Why exactly
Here.
there? Gonna be here.
Yeah, just here, just next to me. One more step.
I have so angst.
Okay, yeah, just sit down like I am. Just sit down like I'm sitting. Yeah,
I
just give me a hand. Give me a hand.
You
Just sit
can
down.
do it.
Yeah. Okay, ready? No.
No,
Be
what-
comfortable.
But what are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna talk about the snake. That's it. Okay?
What if it just quickly turns around in a big
It wouldn't.
circle like
No,
this?
it wouldn't.
But what if?
It wouldn't. So what we have here is a spectacled cobra, Indian spectacled cobra. These guys are majestic. These are one of the most feared and revered snakes. Okay.
Really feared.
Yeah, and also revered. Every Indian temple that you go to has a stone that has engraved, a cobra engraved on it, right? So that's because of the respect that people are paying for the snake. That like all over through the history, if you go back in the Mesopotamian civilization, Egyptian civilization, Chinese civilization, everything has something related to snakes being worshipped. It's because snakes have the highest spiritual energy than any other animal. Do you see tigers, elephants, and any other thing in every temple? No, it's the snakes. So let me give you a few info about cobras. So these snakes can lay up to 40 to 55 eggs at a single clutch, and they're born venomous. As soon as they hatch out of the egg, they have their venom glands completely developed. So even if after coming out of the eggs, if they bite you, that's when it's completely venomous. You don't have to be scared.
Why is it looking at
so
me?
these guys are found almost everywhere in the jungles, farm fields, cities, mainly in cities, because these snakes are adapting to city lives because of the dump and the garbage that we are producing. There are more number of rodents that are taking refuge in those burrows, nearby burrows, and that's when these kind of snakes get in there to consume all those rats, mice, toads and frogs and everything else. Basically, the snake is hooting up. It's a sign of warning. It means like not to come anywhere near me or else I'm gonna bite you. That's an indication.
Do snakes have a like all-round view, or can they only like look straight, or like do they see what?
They have a 180-degree view.
Okay.
They can also have some part of the view like can focus on the top. So if anything is coming from top like this, they can actually focus. But then I have locked its eyes onto my knees so that it focuses on my knees and goes nowhere else.
Okay, guys. Wow. He is trying to get the cobra back in the box. And here are so many mosquitoes that our feet are really non-existent anymore. Yeah, so the day has come to an end. And thank you so much for
You're welcome.
taking me and also Hannah behind the camera. By the way, thanks to Hannah as well. To like a couple of rescues, and I think we learned really so much today. And I also hope that you guys out there learned so much from this video, and I hope it was informative. I'm pretty sure it was very informative.
Thank you.
And also to spread awareness, don't kill.
Just call. Take care. Bye-bye. See you guys soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Dhanyawad, shukriya, and bye-bye. See you in my next video. One
One habu 20 ರೂಪಾಯಿ.